Every time something happens in my family, it's like the Y is there as an extension of the community. Not even an extension. It's my community. When I got to Framingham, I was divorced, 3 little kids. I was 25 years old. I had no money, but I knew my kids needed to learn to swim. And lo and behold, there's a Y down the street. But when I walked through the door, I realized that I couldn't afford to do all the things that I wanted my kids to do. I accepted help. I don't know why that's so hard to say, but it is. It's money that people had given so that my kids got to go to camp and they got to be playing in the woods just like I did when I was a little kid. They got to play with other little kids of all different backgrounds. They got to learn to swim, which is huge. They got to do gymnastics, and they did archery, and they did arts and crafts, and they spent the entire summer in the outdoors, and I knew they were being taken care of and safe and loved. And it was the most incredible experience, and I'm so glad that I swallowed my pride and did let people help me provide that for them, because it changed their lives. And these kids are in their 30s and they're still friends with kids they met at the Y. That's huge. A few years ago, my husband was 46 years old, had his first heart attack. After his stent procedure, his cardiologist suggested that he go to the cardiac rehabilitation program. This is a man who's just had a heart attack at a very young age. Suddenly there are things he can't do anymore. But he went through this program, turns out it's at the Y, and strengthened his heart, lost some weight in the process, felt really good about himself that, okay, there are still things that I can do. He liked that he was in a room with people of all ages, but it was a group of people who had all suffered a similar cardiac event. They all felt the same way about what had happened to them, and they were all working towards the same goal. So I'm not sure if that's the intention of the program, but he ended up coming home and feeling like, you know, it's okay that I feel like this about what happened to me, because these other guys feel the same way. Like, I can't shovel anymore. These other guys can't either. My cousin was diagnosed in September with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He goes to the Y, to the Live Strong program. When he's strong enough after his chemo, he goes and he works out, and again, it's with a group of other people in his exact same situation. Maybe they don't have the same kind of cancer, maybe it's not the same stage of cancer, but they're all dealing with the same thing. I'm glad that program's there. My grandson, he was in a home daycare situation, and I'll say he outgrew it. My husband and I were trying to figure out what to do, and all of a sudden I just went, the Y. Why have we not thought of the Y? So we came in, and the first thing we asked was, what do you do? Because he was a little Velcro kid. He would not leave us without, you know, sobbing and crying and ripping your heart out. They said, we very gently peel them off of you, and then we hug them. I thought, what better environment for my grandson to be in than for people who, again, love him, who are gonna make sure that he's okay with not being with me, that he's gonna realize that, okay, we're gonna hug you until you don't need to be hugged anymore. And then we're gonna move on with our day and do all these incredible fun things. They've helped us so much figuring out how to raise a child in this sort of new time, because it's very different from raising children 30 years ago when I did it. If you walk in there, into their little classrooms, you will see the most diverse group of kids and the most diverse group of families. And I think that he's so lucky, and all those kids are so lucky to be in that environment where as little kids, they're growing to understand that we're all different and we all come from different backgrounds and we all have different families, and it's all okay. We're all people. And I love that, because those kids honestly look at each other like they are all the same. There's somebody to play with, somebody to learn with, somebody to share with. Where do you get that? get that at the Y. I get so teary about it. The Y has just done so much for my family and so much for our lives. It's incredible that one organization can touch that many areas of somebody's life. It is a community who is there to help you through anything you are going through. It's there to help you raise your kids. I couldn't have raised my kids without the Y. I couldn't be doing, what I'm doing with my grandson without the Y. My husband couldn't be as healthy as he is without the Y. It's a community that lives love and kindness and respect and community and diversity, and there isn't any other place like it.